burning question, presented by Nissan Magnite, powered by Amity University, NECC, NetMeds and Century Ply.
Kerala gold scam gets bigger as the main accused alleges Kerala Chief Minister is involved. Kerala Chief Minister has refuted allegations levelled by the main accused in the gold scam, calling the claims baseless. After sensational allegations against the Kerala Chief Minister, clamour grows for Pinarayi Vijayan to resign from Chief Minister's post. Sarit PS, one of the accused in the Kerala gold smuggling case, taken into custody by the police vigilance team from his Palakkad residence. CPIM leader KT Jalil slammed the allegations made by SwapnaSuresh, key accused in the Kerala gold smuggling case, and lodged a complaint against her. Amid the allegations against Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan levelled by main accused of gold scam, SwapnaSuresh in the case, the clamour has just grown against the Chief Minister to step down. SwapnaSuresh for the first time has named Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan in the scam, elaborating on how a biryani vessel was delivered from the UAE Consul General's residence to Kerala Chief Minister's residence. Now the question is, after such massive allegations, should the Kerala Chief Minister stay as the head of the state government? We debate after this report.
The sensational revelation by the main accused in Kerala gold scam case has sent ripples across political circles in the southern state. For the first time, the key accused SwapnaSuresh has openly named the Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, in the case. Elaborating on how she was contacted by the Principal Secretary of Vijayan, M. Sivasankar, during his visit to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates back in 2016. And how a biryani vessel was delivered from the UAE Consul General's residence to Kerala CM's residence.
The biryani being edible, a food item, it has a minimum weight that everybody knows. So it's got some unusual weight, and these biryani vessels have been taken from the Consul General's residence at Jawahar Nagar to the Cliff House without any security check, without any protocol arrangements, upon the instruction, the time and the date fixed by Shiv Shankar.
After such massive allegation, unsurprisingly, the political mudslinging has begun, with Vijayan refuting the allegations as baseless.
When this lady has gone and deposed before the court, now more and more evidences are coming up. So there is, under the supervision of the High Court or the court, demand an inquiry, impartial inquiry. Under the otherwise, there will be always a nexus between BJP and CPM in this case.
But now that a serious allegation has been levelled and the integrity of the highest authority in the state is in question.
In this case, the Chief Minister's Principal Secretary was accused and was in jail. The lady who has now raised the allegations, she was given appointment by the government unauthorizedly. So it's a clear case of corruption for which the Chief Minister owes an explanation.
The demand is for Vijayan to step down. As the investigation is underway in the case, the question remains, should Vijayan stay as the head of the state government despite such massive corruption charges against him? Let's debate.
Joining us on the burning question is George Kurian, General Secretary of the BJP, Rahul Ishwar, activist, Sri Krishna, senior journalist, Sunit Chopra, political analyst, Mohammad Fakhruddin Ali, political observer and author, and Kevin Matthew, Joint Secretary, Kerala Christian Forum and social critic. Opening the debate with Sunit Chopra and George Kurian. Suri Chopra, they say that Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. Serious allegations, I would say damning allegations against the Kerala Chief Minister. Shouldn't he be subject to further investigation?
Today, what you should note is the facts. The facts show you that this lady claimed that the gold was being smuggled into India as bathroom fittings. Now, bathroom fittings have become biryani. This lady also gave fake figures about her education. And not only that, she had links with the BJP. Even Mr. Muralidharan, the External Affairs Minister, has something to do with it.
What
Then
do you mean?
You have
Sunit Chopra, when you say that Sunit Chopra,
and it is claimed
Chopra,
that he was kidnapped this morning.
I'm
now
asking
you say
this.
he's with the police.
Rather than
Everything
making some
is
baseless
2 timed and
allegations
3
or just
timed.
speculating, what you're doing right now, Sunit Chopra, is that what you're doing
And
right
more
now
than
is when
that,
you are taking the name of a union minister, you're just simply speculating. Is there any sort of evidence that you have?
Yes, I am. No. Yes.
What is it?
There is evidence, and people say...
You said union minister has something to do with it. What is that something,
and
Mr.
they
Chopra?
say all sorts of things. And what I'm trying to point out to you...
No. I'm asking you a specific question. You say that the union minister has something to do with it. When you make such kind of claims on national television, it is imperative that you substantiate those very claims. I want George Kurian to come in. George Kurian, Suri Chopra says that how can you believe SwapnaSuresh to begin with? She's after all the prime accused in the gold scam. According to Suri Chopra, there is an inconsistency as far as the statement of SwapnaSuresh goes.
Everyone has lied twice, and the judge said
Suri Chopra,
that
I'll come back to you because you're
terrible.
Suri Chopra, the problem here is that I'm going to stick to facts. Nowhere has the union minister's name come up. So on what basis are you making that kind of an allegation? If you have some sort of an evidence, go ahead, put it out.
See, he wants to divert the issue.
There is an evidence. There is enough evidence.
What is it? Suri Chopra, quickly. I'm giving you 30 seconds. I'm giving you 30 seconds, and then I want George Kurian.
And more than that,
George Kurian to also come in. George Kurian, come in and respond.
Anil Nambiar,
allegation that has now been leveled is against the union minister.
Gave them underground support in Karnataka and hid them when they ran away. So it's full of all this.
Whom are you talking about?
And ultimately, after a long thing,
Sunit Chopra, for the last time, I'm asking you, Sunit Chopra, am I audible to you, Mr. Sunit Chopra? I'm asking you a specific question. You started this. You started your opening remarks by making unsubstantiated claims.
And you will see
I'm asking you, substantiate it.
At least twice.
I don't understand. It looks like George Kurian. It looks like it looks like Sunit Chopra wants to divert it. The moment I start asking him a question, he wants to get into another thing altogether. I want George Kurian, a quick response from you, then I'll bring in others in the debate also. George Kurian, one, why should we really believe SwapnaSuresh? She's after all the prime accused in a gold smuggling case. Why should that be treated as gospel truth?
And she has lied at least 3 times.
See,
and Sunit Chopra says that she's lying. George Kurian, quickly respond, and then I'll get others also.
I will tell you what the lies are if you want to know, and what the court said in their
he is diverting the issue. Mr. Chopra is diverting the issue.
Sunil Chopra, I'll come back to you. I gave you the opportunity. Let George Kurian respond, and then I'll give you
yes,
back.
yes. But it is very clear that under the instruction from the Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, Mr. Shiva Shankar engaged SwapnaSuresh for the smuggling. That is very clear. From this 165 statement, it is clear that...
That is not clear.
First,
Please give me the evidence. That evidence never came up.
It is very, very clear that...
Give me the evidence. I give you evidence.
2016, when Chief Minister visited Dubai, he directed Shiva Shankar
in your eyes.
to engage SwapnaSuresh
But
to
3 lives
take
were dead,
the
and the
dollars
court was
from
angry with
India
them.
to Dubai.
Sunil Chopra, there's no point talking over each other. Sunil Chopra, there's no point talking over each other. Sunil Chopra, just hold on for a minute. Let George Kurian just complete his statement, and then I'll come back to you, Sunil Chopra. There's no point talking over each other.
When they scanned it, it is found that it is filled with
George Kurian, the question here is, George Kurian, the question here is, why should anyone believe SwapnaSuresh to begin with?
And what did the Ernakulam court say
this lady is telling like he is telling.
Shankar?
See, last year this lady
I can quote
stated that somebody compelled
Rahul
to give a statement. Then the state government ordered for a judicial inquiry. The first time in the history of India. Yes, state government ordered.
I want to take this question. George Kurian, you made a point. Let me bring in Rahul Ishwar. If you really look at the background, of SwapnaSuresh, it appears to be dubious to say the least. On multiple occasions, she has been asked to quit, and today she's leveling some very serious allegations. Let me play the devil's advocate here, Rahul Ishwar. Ministers close to the Chief Minister is essentially saying that, look here, what happens inside the Chief Minister's office by one particular individual, you cannot hold the Chief Minister responsible. Now that's what his party has to say.
Above suspicion. People are raising question, and Sri Pinarayi Vijayan has a political responsibility to answers. I believe we all will concede that dragging his family, his wife or his daughter is not right, especially by a person like Swapna who was accused earlier. But please remember, this Swapna was appointed to a higher post by Pinarayi Vijayan government itself. She was given high accommodation in the political circles. She was virtually the contact point of government for a long period of time. Right now, suddenly she became a nobody. See, SwapnaSuresh was appointed by Sri Shiva Shankar and his government itself. I'm not saying they should be held responsible. But please don't forget the mistreatment they gave to the former Chief Minister Sri Ummanchandi, because there were some allegations raised by a person called Sarita. Now, karma is hitting back. Sarita is coming as Swapna and raising many allegations. At least they should have the courtesy to point out what the facts are and to come clear of it. Is it too much to ask for? Why are they hiding away? They should be answerable, and they should be answering some serious questions.
Facts?
And how come Swapna?
Employee of Price
who appointed her, sir?
Coopers.
Who appointed her, sir?
Okay, who appointed her? That's a fair enough. Fakhruddin Ali, I want you to come in. I want you to come in. Rahul Ishwar is raising a very pertinent point. Here, on the one hand, you say that why should we believe what SwapnaSuresh is actually saying? But the fact of the matter is that, look at her appointment. Who has really appointed SwapnaSuresh? Who is the one who's appointed SwapnaSuresh?
She's actually not appointed by the government, but an outsourcing agency. And she was a point of contact for the government, which she was actually working in the council or UAE council in Kerala. That's right.
Putin is saying that not appointed by the government.
Rahul Ishwar, related to the government.
Was she not close to the government establishment? Was she not the contact person? Was she not seen in with CM on many photos? See, we are not demeaning CM, but he has a right to answer.
This is your gossip.
Rahul, it is possible. We can be photographed with anybody. She was working in that UAE council, and she was hosting a party. The council was hosting a party. The Chief Minister, along with the opposition leader of the time, Mr. Ramesh Chinitala, also participated in it. She was also got photographed with Ramesh Chinitala. Can you blame Ramesh Chinitala for that? It's a different matter. She is a suspicious, she's an interested witness. That we should understand. She's not an innocent person. And now she is trying to
But
create
Mr.
a
Fakhruddin Ali,
political track over this.
I'm just quoting what Fakhruddin Ali, I'm just quoting what SwapnaSuresh had to say. Fakhruddin Ali,
Please,
I'm quoting what SwapnaSuresh had to say, and
why don't you quote what
this is what she said. Shiva Shankar had met me for the first time in 2016 when I was the executive secretary to the Council General. Shiva Shankar told me that the Chief Minister had forgotten to carry a bag which needed to be taken to Dubai. When the bag was brought to the consulate, he scanned it and realized it contained currency. Now, we all know under what diplomatic rules can you actually bring in your luggage, personal baggages of diplomats need not be scanned.
About her own education.
Don't you think when such serious allegations are leveled, they are leveled and someone as close to the Chief Minister, don't you think he should be subjected to further investigation? I'm not here saying, I'm not here judging whether the Chief Minister was involved or not. All that I'm asking is a very simple question. When such serious allegations have been leveled against the Chief Minister himself and his family members, don't you think he should be subjected to a thorough investigation?
See, in democracy, it's good to go for a thorough investigation. I have no doubt regarding that. But if this allegation is made by my friend Rahul Ishar, surely I will say that my standpoint is the government is answered. But she is a tainted person, and an audio clip of this particular person was released 1 year back. And in that particular audio clip, she was saying that the central agencies are actually forcing me to give statement against the Chief Minister and the government and implicating them in the case. So now she is contradicting herself. So I am not going to take her. If Rahul Ishar says so, I'm going to take it because.
But Fakhruddin ji, shouldn't there be an inquiry? I agree with you. His family should not be dragged. Should there be inquiry?
It is good. See, in a democracy, it is good to have an inquiry. There's no doubt regarding, but the government has to take a decision on that. It's not our case. In a democracy, it is good.
Rahul Ishwar.
And please remember, just one line.
Again and again.
Yeah, just one line. And please remember, people like Kevin were demeaning. Yeah. People like Kevin were demeaning Mr. Umman last time. They were demeaning the earlier Chief Minister. So don't you think there should not be double standards?
Rahul, you ought to listen to me.
There are no double standards here.
The problem here, the statement. I'll come to you, Kevin. Just give me a minute. Rahul Ishwar, the question that you're going to be asked every time is this: who is SwapnaSuresh? Because if you really look at her track record, she joined the UAE consulate in Thiruvananthapuram, later sacked for alleged improper professional behavior. Not once. She was part of the Air India SAT's ground handling agency. There too, it appears she had to quit after serious allegations were basically leveled. Now, there are serious allegations that have been leveled against her. So can we really subject a Chief Minister to that kind of scrutiny based on what SwapnaSuresh has to say?
Yeah, I concede an eminent leftist thinker, Sri Fakhruddin Ali's contention. Yes, SwapnaSuresh has a checkered past. She has police cases against her. She has some history of contradictions. But for the larger sake of democracy, if CM can come clean, it is good. I believe everyone in Kerala accepts the point that his wife and his daughter should not be dragged because they are private individuals. But when a person is on political scenario, especially holding the post of a Chief Minister, he should come clean. And CM said that I came back with a bigger mandate. People's Court decided. Please remember, People's Court don't decide on criminal allegations. They are only political will. Right now, it is the responsibility, onus is on our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Pinarayi Vijayan, to come clean and put this episode behind him. It is up to him. The onus is on him because the allegations are directly leveled against him. And she has engaged a very senior lawyer called Advocate B.N. Shivashankar from Kerala High Court. They are saying, and when an investigation should be done and more facts should come out, we should wait. And the onus is on our Chief Minister because he is in a very respectable, responsible position to come out with more facts on this
Onus
matter.
is on the Chief Minister. Kevin, onus is on the Chief Minister.
Anything in administration because such a
Rahul says onus is on the Chief Minister. Kevin, I want you to respond. Now, we have already spoken about the dubious past of SwapnaSuresh. That aside, as I began, Kevin, as I began this burning question, Caesar's wife must be above suspicion, and we are talking about the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister, at the end of the day, whoever that may be, from whichever political party. But the fact of the matter is that allegations have been leveled, Kevin. Allegations have been leveled against the Chief Minister.
Allegations have been leveled, and I cannot agree with you on one ground, because first thing, even with SwapnaSuresh's statement today, it is not a direct allegation to the Chief Minister. Whatever has come out is that Mr. Shivashankar has instructed, and Shivashankar is from the Chief Minister's office, I concede, but then that's a different story. And
no, how can you say that? Kevin, you're getting your facts wrong. Kevin, I'm sorry, but you're getting your facts wrong. You say that she's not spoken about the Chief Minister. Let me just quote what SwapnaSuresh had to say. She says that on several occasions, utensils used for cooking biryani were sent to the Cliff House. We all know Cliff House is what? For those who are not sure, it's the official residence of the Chief Minister. From the consulate, and the transfer of utensils made of heavy metals from the consulate to the Cliff House had taken place many times. This had been done at the instance of Shivashankar. Sri Krishna.
I agree with you all this. I agree with
Kevin
you.
Kevin is saying that these are not direct allegations.
No, sir. Let me complete. Listen me out, please. I agree with you when you
these
say
are not
that.
Direct allegations.
No, sir. The biryani vessel left the embassy. I agree with you till there. But then, apart from hearsay, what is it that? See, anybody can say that it is going to Cliff House, it is going to the Parliament. Anybody can say that, and especially with a lady with such a dubious past, her word. It's again hearsay here. She is, as far as she is concerned, Shivashankar told her that it is going to the Cliff House. What is there even any evidence that it actually is a Cliff House for one? So don't you think with such a so there is like one person, there is another person, two people accused here.
Sunit Chopra, Kevin, Sunit Chopra wants to make a point. Sunit Chopra, I want you to focus on the debate right now. Specific question that I'm asking. Kevin says not really direct allegations, and she can say whatever she wants. But you are saying you have something more to add. You are saying you have more evidence. You are saying that this is at the behest of the centre. So if you are saying that, this is at the behest of the centre, I'm sure you must be having some sort of proof. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have Sunit Chopra putting out certain evidence, and which I'm hoping that the investigative agencies is going to take some cognizance of. Go ahead, Sunit Chopra, because you wanted to speak about it. I want you to put out that evidence.
I want to know why the centre did not finish the inquiry. The CBI came, they couldn't do anything. Ernakulam court said that what you have done is very wrong. What more do you want as facts? The fact is,
George
the
Kurian.
centre hid
George
the
Kurian,
facts.
why don't you respond? Why don't you take that?
Involved.
Sunit Chopra is saying that Sunit Chopra is questioning the timing. The fact of the matter is that he's asking why hasn't the central agencies, why haven't the central agencies completed the investigation? I'll go to George Kurian in a short while from now. Let me bring in Sri Krishna.
Exactly.
Sunit Chopra is asking
Vijayan
why haven't they completed the investigation by now? Well, investigation takes time.
Shaban,
but
I would like
Sri Krishna, why don't you respond?
Few things here. I would like to say a few things here.
Go ahead.
First of all, this lady, has made a very serious allegation. And it is coming, and she has filed a 164-page report saying that these are the facts. The CM, his family members, they're all involved. And she is saying it almost 7 to 8 months after she came out of the imprisonment. And, the surprising fact is she has been silent for so many months. How come suddenly this kind of a statement has come? That is one. Second, there are reports that CBI and ED there is a move to file a charge sheet. So the possibility is that whatever she has made
I'm told that the charge sheet has been...
the charge sheet. These are things... Yeah? The fact, the charge sheet is expected to be filed soon. I'm not sure. So the possibility is that whatever she has said in that statement
there is already a charge sheet.
In the charge sheet.
There is already Sunit Chopra, there is already a charge sheet that has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate. They are the ones who are probing. They were the ones who were probing the money trail through this entire.
What were they doing?
In the entire gold scam, and in fact, in the charge sheet, they have categorically mentioned about the details that they have got so far. So why do you say they have not done their work? They had arrests were made. Charge sheet has already been filed.
Why nothing happened? The whole thing was hidden, and the people who were doing the smuggling from the Gulf to India have not been caught or even asked to give evidence.
I'm not...
Well, gentlemen, I'll request all of you to stay on. I'll slip into a short break. I'll slip into a short break. On the other side, I'll come back with Kevin. I'll come back with Kevin and Rahul Ishwar. Sunit Chopra and Rahul Ishwar on the burning question. Rahul Ishwar, charge sheet has already been filed.
Yeah.
If the central agencies rather, if they had something, why is it that they haven't really called the Chief Minister or anyone else for further questioning?
See, we cannot force central agencies to investigate in a particular way. They have their own time because this is a very serious issue involving international channels, diplomatic relationships. So many things are at stake. But people like Kevin should be answerable because they were having a different yardstick to Oommen Chandy. Oommen Chandy was defamed. Oommen Chandy, the former chief minister, was defamed, dragged because one Sarida said something. Now, right now, people like Kevin who are leftist, who in effect want to play safe. So please remember.
But Rahul Ishwar, but many would say, many would say this is scoot and shoot. Rahul Ishwar, many would say this is scoot and shoot and there is a political agenda. If you are saying that the central agencies, the Enforcement Directorate, I'm given to understand, is already probing and they've already filed a charge sheet. So what is stopping them? Go ahead and question. You had made several arrests. People who are at that point in time considered to be close to the Chief Minister, they were arrested. If we are going to believe what SwapnaSuresh is going to say,
why couldn't
then you might as well take the investigation further.
Nobody defames a very senior leader like Sri Pinarayi Vijayan, who is respected across the spectrum. Everyone respects Sri Pinarayi Vijayan across the spectrum, whether they are right or left. But the onus is on CM to come clean. If there are some allegations against him, it is for him to come clean because it's a very sensitive issue.
It was the customs, it was ED. They failed to bring the evidence forward, and the judge was very angry.
But Suniji, don't you remember? Suniji, don't you remember how leftists were hunting a former CM Oommen Chandy? Earlier, Oommen Chandy, there was only a statement like this by Sarida. When Sarida and Swapna are two women who are raising allegations. So always remember, earlier you people were hunting Oommen Chandy. And please remember, these are allegations. Nobody are there saying they are revelations.
The smuggling from the Gulf.
That is for the central agencies to come out. But I would like to point out the leftist double standard.
Your
sir, please produce evidence.
There are no double standards here.
Private airports like Mundra are bringing in drugs into Punjab and Gujarat.
Apples to pineapples.
No, Kevin. Why double standards to Oommen Chandy and Sri Pinarayi Vijayan? You people were hunting Oommen Chandy because Sarida said something. But when Swapna says something, you are not ready to take it face value itself.
Rahul, it was not just Sarita's words. It was there was much more evidence and there were more facts. If you want me, I can recollect that, and the team at Republic should be able to bring that out too. Because in the case of Uman Chandy, there are much more facts involved. In this is just a hearsay, and you can't take hearsay.
Then after years of investigations, Uman Chandy were left government. What came out? If Uman Chandy, there were some facts. Why is still Uman Chandy out? Because there is nothing against Uman Chandy. It was a political witch hunt by the left. No. Now karma is coming back to bite you. When karma is coming back to bite you, you are calling yourself a victim.
What I also want to understand, Fakhruddin Ali, if I can bring you in. Rahul, you can take it forward, but let me take this question to Fakhruddin Ali. Fakhruddin Ali, today, what is even more surprising is Sarit PS, who is the accused in the Kerala gold scam. He's been suddenly taken into police custody by a police vigilance team. Now, this comes just hours after SwapnaSuresh makes this damning allegation. You are going to say that he's being probed at another different matter altogether. But then, will you not now question the timing of it? Because all this while, you would have questioned that Sunit Chopra right from the beginning has been saying that, look here, if they had evidence, why not talk about it much earlier? Why now? Fakhruddin Ali, why get Sarit PS, one of the accused in this case, being picked up by the police vigilance team suddenly just after when SwapnaSuresh made that damning allegation?
See, there's a feel in Kerala about the timing of the entire episode. So Sarit is actually a co-accused in this particular case. And I think the government is trying to unravel the mysteries behind this Swapna's recent stand and allegations.
You don't seem to have a problem. You don't seem to have a problem with the timing of it. You don't seem to. I'm told that this is not a new case.
I don't see any problem because the timing of
you don't have a problem.
Allegations is mysterious. And the government has to unravel.
No, she went to the court. She was getting her statement recorded before a magistrate.
It's a politician who is trying to
that's a due judicial process.
Muslims
one second, Fakhruddin Ali, let me just get your facts cleared here. In this case. Rahul Ishwar, am I not correct when I'm raising this question?
Absolutely.
It is a judicial process. It is a judicial process of getting that 164 statement recorded before a magistrate. But what's very interesting is that just hours after SwapnaSuresh makes that allegation against the Chief Minister's family, I'm surprised that Sarit PS, one of the accused in the Kerala gold scam, is picked up by the police.
See, we all know. Don't you
find the timing a little suspicious?
Yes, timing is suspicious, and we all know 164 statement carries much more evidence because it is submitted before the judiciary. Second, the timing is absolutely suspicious.
That can't be.
Sarit, and please remember one more thing, Suniti. Please remember one more thing. Sarit said all the questions were regarding Swapna's statement. Sarit categorically said.
Allegations. And the government is here to unravel the plot behind it.
Fakhruddin Ali and Rahul Ishwar, both of them.
Just one line. Sarit categorically said it was regarding Swapna's statements. How can excise question him regarding this? How can excise questioning regarding this? Sarit was
Fakhruddin Ali, all that I want to understand from you, you don't seem to have a problem. Fakhruddin Ali, you don't seem to have a problem with Sarit PS suddenly being picked up. And Rahul Ishwar is speaking. Rahul, I want you to tell everyone who's watching tonight.
One simple question.
Why is Sarit PS so very important?
One simple question so that people can understand. Had this happened with a BJP chief minister, had the same process happened with the BJP chief minister, the allegation is raised against the BJP chief minister, next day, the state police is going and picking up Sarit. There would have been huge hullabaloo across India. There would have been huge outcry across India saying that this is high-handedness. This is some kind of, imposing of rules. This is authoritarianism. This is fascism. So when it is a BJP chief minister, it becomes a problem. When it becomes a communist chief minister, it becomes another problem.
I am against that. I am whether it's BJP
And I
or
can
Congress,
tell you-
I never made such allegations. Rahul knows me well. I never made such stand.
I can tell
never
you
took
that
such
the
a
BJP
stand.
Chief
Such a double
Minister
standard.
of
Rahul knows it
UP
better.
has far greater crimes to his name.
I don't get that. What's the connection?
What is
Don't
it? Sunil
compare
Chopra?
I am
UP
afraid
with
of P.C.
Kerala.
George.
What is the connection, sir? And what is the
have
what is the
already
connection?
given
Sunil?
Sri Krishna and Sunil Chopra on the debate. Sri Krishna, again and again I'm asking this
I would like
basic
to.
question about one, look at the reaction that has come in. If there is no problem, if the Chief Minister is squeaky clean, he may be. The question here is that why suddenly then pick up one of the main accused in the Kerala gold scam, and that too for a different case altogether, that too just hours
In fact,
after these kind of allegations
in
have
fact,
been
that's
leveled
what-
against him and his family member.
Because he
Yeah.
has a career.
Shawan, just a minute. Can
And
I
they
just
want to
can I put in a
show
word,
what
please?
is the credibility of these people.
Please go ahead.
No, just a minute. Okay, picking up Sarit at just immediately after these allegations are made does raise a bit of suspicion over what's happening in the case. And it is, and the lady has just spoken yesterday and given a 164 page in the court. And the court document, if it is not correct, I mean, it could lead to a serious problem for her, because the allegation she has made is a very serious one, and it could really pick up and go in a different direction. I mean, it's, this is what she has made allegation. It's
And
not
it should
only
be
the
a
CM,
problem
the
for
family
those
and other
who
members
allowed the
of his
case
staff.
to drop.
Yeah, and
Sunil
she's coming
Chopra,
out after
what is
6
it
to
that you
7
would-
months.
what
She has
is it that
filed
you would
this
like to make?
case.
And that is
No,
the CBI
Swapna
and
Suresh
enforcement agency.
getting her statement recorded is part of the judicial process. Sunil Chopra, why do you have a problem with that?
I have no problem with that, but I want to know what has been done to drop the case, as the Ernakulam court stated very clearly. Your CBI cannot work.
Rahul Ishwar.
Your ED cannot work.
See, sir. See, this is the
cannot give evidence
confrontational
on time.
attitude which is wrong for
What
a
is
nation like
happening?
India. You cannot demean CBI, ED and the central agencies. This is only playing to the gallery of satisfying the leftists. CBI, whatever we have, CBI, ED are the agencies of our nation. They are not BJP agencies or Modi agencies. They are agencies of the nation. They may have, some criticism to them. But beyond that, this whole attitude
Did
of
I say
demeaning
they
it,
were
and please
Modi
remember,
agencies?
it was Sri
But
Pinarayi
I
Vijayan
said, how
himself
was
who
it
invited
that
the
the
central
material
agencies.
was not given on time? The material was not given on time, and the judge said so.
That is
Kindly
up to the
read the
central
judgment.
agencies to,
Don't
yes,
talk
of
about
course, yes.
things
The
without
central
knowing them.
the central agencies have come. The central agencies will take the call on this. But the only point is the ethical responsibility of our
They
chief
did not
minister
do it.
in clearing his name.
No. Ethical responsibility of yours is to get the facts first and then scream.
Sir, ethical responsibility is for a chief minister
Not
who's an
like
elected
this.
official who's
You have
holding a
not
high
a word
post.
to say.
We have to remember that the Caesar's wife should be above suspicion. And here, the Caesar himself is under question. So there are natural doubts and inhibitions. Just see the case of Sarit. Won't you scream, Suniti,
You
if it happened in the
cannot
BJP
ask a
state?
man to resign
Imagine
who had
the same
actually
thing happened in Uttar
started
Pradesh.
this
Imagine the
inquiry.
same thing happened in Uttar Pradesh. There was an allegation
He
against
had
Yogi
started
Adityanath.
this inquiry.
And suddenly, this particular person is being picked up by the excise department. Won't you scream foul? So when other people are doing it, you are not okay with it. So people will naturally raise some doubts, and CM and the party is duty bound to answer. That's why you are selected. I'm not saying his family should be
about
dragged.
the doubts you're raising, because you didn't
Sir, I'm
raise
not
the
saying his
doubts when
family
it
should
could
be
have
dragged.
had some
His
effect.
wife or his daughter should be dragged. But CM is a political person. He has the
You should have
responsibility
raised the
to
doubt
answer politically.
When the judge gave her bail And actually, when he stated the attack on the IAS officer was totally out of spec. You didn't do all this. Why didn't you speak then?
There were always questions, there were always allegations.
And now
please
you're
don't
talking.
pretend otherwise. There were always questions regarding this. And please remember, no other party has the responsibility
You
for
can make
Swapna
allegations,
except your own
but
government.
no
except
chief
your own
minister is
government.
going to leave on the basis of allegation.
See, nobody is demeaning our CM Sri Pinarayi Vijayan. But when there are questions, you are bound to
Nobody
answer.
will leave on the basis of allegation.
That's the reason why people are saying, let it come out, let it
The
be cleared,
questions
let it
will
be
all
clarified.
answered.
No,
Who is
Rahul,
to clear
Rahul,
it?
let
The
me also
CBI,
let me also begin.
the
Fakhruddin
ED,
Ali. Fakhruddin Ali has
The courts.
no.
Who else
Fakhruddin
is to
Ali.
clear
Okay.
it?
Kevin.
And why has no
Kevin,
action been taken?
What is the ideal situation now? What is the ideal situation for you?
Who gave
Sunit Chopra says
to
that the Ernakulam court had basically pulled up the central agencies. As far as my knowledge goes, I haven't really come across that. Enforcement Directorate has already filed a charge sheet. The NIA has already filed its charge sheet. Kevin, the fact of the matter is that when, as part of the judicial process, SwapnaSuresh gets her statement recorded, she makes a damning allegation. Rahul Ishwar is saying that what is wrong for the Chief Minister to come out clean. Everyone respects the Chief Minister.
Correct.
And so, keeping that image in mind, why doesn't the Chief Minister step out and get, subject himself to the kind of investigation that is required?
Aishwarya, I think that is a question the Chief Minister should answer, and if he comes out, it is the best ideal situation. I agree. But having said that, the Chief Minister has a job to do, and answering every single allegation, every single hearsay. I wouldn't even call this an allegation because this is just a hearsay. You say SwapnaSuresh says that the biryani vessels left the embassy or whatever.
How is this hearsay, Kevin?
To your knowledge, it is for the cliff house. Now, let us look at it from a different this thing. It is just a hearsay. It's not even an allegation. Shiv Shankar said to SwapnaSuresh that it was supposed to go to the cliff house.
Sri Krishna, according to Kevin, these are just mere allegations. Sri Krishna, these are mere allegations. I would like to remind Kevin that these are not mere allegations. We are talking about someone who was considered to be extremely close to the Chief Minister. And this has come as close as it can to the Chief Minister.
Sir, what is this extremely close to the Chief Minister?
I'd like to make one point here. Just can I have my say? No, there's one point I want to make very clear. Shaban.
Sri Krishna, go ahead.
Shaban, I just want to make a point here. Whatever it is, just a minute. Please, Mr. Sunit, 1 minute. Please hear me out. You can go on. The fact is, what arouses suspicion or what raised a bit doubt is this lady had been very close to the current establishment and she's come out, whatever may be her anger or anguish or whatever her frustration against the present setup. But the fact is she's... 1 minute.
Sir, it was BJP men
1 minute.
who gave her
Sir,
underground
can I finish? You can say...
Like Nambia.
1 minute. Sir, can I complete it? Then you say what you want.
Let Sri Krishna respond.
Let me complete what I want to say.
I'll give that one last word to Fakhruddin Ali.
If you don't want me to say, okay, go ahead.
Yes, Sri Krishna, go ahead. Sri Krishna, go ahead. I'm running out of time.
I'm running
out of time. So why don't you make your point?
Mr. Chopra, please listen to me, all of you. Let me say, a person who had been so close to the establishment today comes out and makes such a statement. Also is a serious issue. That should also be looked into. We have seen so many times persons who have been close to the establishment.
She was a worm. And she came as a contract employee of Price Waterhouse.
You can call her anything you like.
Office.
But wasn't she? Listen, these accusations I have seen as a journalist are made when somebody comes out. You call
The
her, yeah.
journalist
I'm not concerned
who
what she
runs
was.
the BJP channel.
Just
Sir,
a minute.
Don't you think you're taking a
I
little
want only one thing.
today?
He gave her place to hide in Karnataka.
I want
with
to
her
know
friend.
one. Listen,
Sir, nobody
please,
gave
I would like to ask one
no
statement.
such an allegation.
Yes,
Mr.
such is the
Chopra,
The only
the fact is, wasn't she close to the establishment before she came out? Wasn't she with the... Do you deny it?
No.
Do you deny that she was...
Sir,
She wasn't.
sir,
In
Fakhruddin
fact,
Ali,
it was the
Fakhruddin Ali, why don't you
minister who
respond? Can you really
started the
deny this is
inquiry.
exactly what
And
this
it
is
was
exactly what I've been
your-
asking? Can you
your
really deny
body.
that she was really close to
And
the
it was
established
your
one?
body
Secondly, can
that
you really deny
refused
that there was actually a
to
meeting
give
that took
the
place between
evidence in
Shiva Shankar
time
and
and
Swapna
got her
Suresh?
bail
Can you actually
from
deny the
Ernakulam?
fact that there was a bag that had gone in and that bag that was full of currency? Can that all be brushed aside?
Aishwarya, I have a serious problem with the third
Not
part.
Exactly
called a
what I'm
bag
asking.
with currency. But what she said was, it came as bathroom fittings. And bathroom
No,
fittings
Fakhruddin
now
Ali, I want you to
becomes
respond.
biryani. Come on.
Aishwarya,
Sunil
Aishwarya,
Chopra,
I have a
I'll come
problem
to you.
when you
I'll
ask-
give you
We are
enough
not
time.
fools.
But-
Aishwarya, when you ask me to deny if there was a bag of currency, I'll do that because there is no proof to that. It is just hearsay and it's an allegation. An allegation coming from a lady with a dubious past and who's involved in a criminal conspiracy. So you asked me to deny that, I'll deny that
good enough
today.
to discount? Is that good enough to discount? Is that good enough to discount discount the charges that have been leveled? Are you really saying that about 30 kilograms
Yes.
of gold that is basically smuggled, Chief Minister's office gets involved in it? Are you really telling me that there should be no investigation that should be carried out?
The chief
Just because
minister's office
the
is
lady-
not involved in it, there
her
is
past
no
is
Who is saying
dubious.
that there shouldn't be an investigation? Shravan,
this is
there
a
can
very
be
serious
investigation.
allegation,
The chief minister-
and there should be a thorough investigation.
Yes, and
This
Rahul, if I
involves
can remind
diplomacy,
you
this
of
involves
the chief
international
minister-
Why not?
relations.
No one
Rahul,
is
if I
saying that
can
he's
remind-
guilty. Let me just make
Yeah,
it very
and-
clear, Fakhruddin, as well as
and Shravan,
Kevin.
and Shravan,
No one
nobody
is saying that the
there
Chief
should be an
Minister is
investigation.
guilty. All
Shravan,
that
nobody is
one is
saying
saying,
that
all
there
that
should be
one
an
is
investigation.
saying right now, no one. I don't think so. We ever started this debate by saying that the Chief Minister is guilty. No one can. Let the investigation take place. But the fact of the matter is
Yes,
that
let the
even before
investigation
the
take place.
investigation takes place, a clean sheet has already been given. And as Rahul Ishwar was
we cannot
saying,
declare
if there is nothing
politically
to
induced
hide,
clean sheet.
then we should subject
investigation
ourselves
on
to a thorough investigation.
daily
Okay,
basis.
gentlemen, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of
On a daily
time.
basis, we cannot
Thank you,
declare
thank you very much, Rahul Ishwar, Sri Krishna, Sunil Chopra, Mohammad Fakhruddin Ali, Kevin Matthew, for all joining us on the burning question.